In this video, I want to talk about what the travel agent host agency is and why that is important in terms of you doing business and your success. Again, my name is Rhonda House, and I am a real estate broker, mortgage underwriter, and travel agent here in the Nashville, Tennessee area, among other things. Okay. A host agency is like the equivalent of your real estate broker. It is the company that you use their credentials to book your travel, to service your customers, and then the commission goes to the host agency, and then you have a split with your host agency. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm loud and proud. I am with InteleTravel, and I am a recruiter for InteleTravel. I just want to let you know, because I have seen the power of travel, having a travel business, the freedom and everything. I'm going to give you, for instance, in 24, I want to say I took 8 trips. I was in Mexico and the Caribbean 6 times. I was in Florida and trying to think. I was in Florida and somewhere else 2 times. A couple of those were for training. The rest of them was just because I like to vacation. Okay. And let me say this. I have been with another host agency before. I have been a captive. I call it captive because it's like insurance jargon, but I've been an agent where I worked for one of the cruise lines before, indirectly. Okay. Where I worked for the cruise line and everything. And the money and everything that I make and the freedom that I have only came when I got hooked up with my current host agency, which is InteleTravel. Your host agency handles all of the back end. It's just like your real estate broker handles everything. If you're in commission sales, it's just like how your company handles everything. You go out, you do the sales. They handle collecting the checks from the vendors. They do all the accounting. They pay you out the money. They also have the relationships with the vendors. And when I say vendors in the travel business, I'm talking about your cruise lines. Your Royal, your Carnival, your Celebrity, your Princess, your Virgin, AMA Waterways, whatever. If you like river cruising, ocean liners, whatever. They handle all, your host agency has the relationship with your suppliers. Okay. And depending on how large you are, it may give more commission, because I'm gonna just tell you, InteleTravel is probably the largest home-based travel agency in the country, maybe even in the world, because we're huge in the US, we're huge in the UK. Okay, but because we are so large, we have a lot of preferred relationships with a lot of the suppliers, and sometimes that may equate into extra commission. And I'm not guaranteeing this for you. I'm just saying these are some of the perks when you're with a large host agency. And the other thing about InteleTravel is we do not have quotas. I have been with other host agencies that are out here online. You'll see them and everything. And some of them, even though you paying your money every month, they have a quota. And the one that I was with previous to InteleTravel, I only booked for myself. I'm telling you, when I first got into the travel business, and I've been in since 18, I think, I only booked for myself. I only wanted to go myself. That's it, period. So, and you can do that if that's all you want to do. But I'm going to tell you, after a year, I got kicked out of my other host agency because I wasn't booking for nobody but myself. That's not the issue that you'll have here. Okay. Not only you have a money back guarantee. If you get into it and you don't like it, within 30 days, you can get your money back. You can get all your money back. It's no big deal, you know. But that's what it means to be with a host agency. They handle all of that. They have the relationships. And you should look and see, do they have training? Because I'm going to tell you, it's when new agents come on, the one thing I say is don't get overwhelmed and don't get analysis paralysis. Because listen, travel, I just say the word travel. That means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Okay. So for me, I had never cruised until I became a travel agent. I just hadn't. Don't ask me why. I just hadn't. And so I was doing a lot of cruises. I do a lot of group cruises, and everything. And I'm gonna do another video to show you how you set up your groups and you make your real money. But I wasn't pigeonholed into just doing cruises. Like when I worked, indirectly for Royal, that's all I could do. That's all I could book was Royal. Okay. Whereas with a true host agency that is not tied to just cruising or whatever, you can book so many different things. So like for myself, honey, I do a lot of all inclusives. My husband does not cruise well. I don't care what we do. The patch behind the ear, the Dramamine, whatever, he's going to get sick on that boat, on that ship. I don't care how big the ship is. I don't care how big the ship is. And, they say, but if you get in the middle of the ship and have it, honey, he going to get sick. So now I do a lot more all inclusives and I do destination weddings. That's just my personal thing. That's what I like. So, when you're looking at a host agency, make sure that you can book everything. Okay. Make sure you're getting the highest commissions in that's available from that supplier, because that can really make or break. Because a lot of times I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna go over this in my next video, but like when I book my groups, if it's not a destination wedding and I'm just doing a group trip, right? First thing I do is I look at my emails from our preferred suppliers to who's offering what incentives for the dates that I'm getting ready to book. Because like right now, it's in 2025. We're getting emails saying, hey, we'll give you discounted rates on anything you book now through January 31st. Excuse me, but they're traveling through June of 26. Okay, if I already know, I'm looking at, I got people in my ear. Hey girl, we want another spring break trip. We want another spring break trip. We want another spring break trip. Okay, then I'm going to look and see, oh, they got incentives. It may be more commission. It may be more perks for my customers that don't come out of my pocket. You see what I'm saying? So then I may say, okay. And if the destinations and everything line up, I may say, okay, we're going to go to this resort. Or I may put my promotional materials together and start promoting that trip to that resort during that time frame. If you already know that you need to do the family reunion, you need to do the church trip, you need to do whatever, in my opinion, I'm just telling you how I do my thing. In my opinion, you need to be looking at who's offering you more incentives. We get incentive emails every day. We do. Of where, because we are large and we do so much, $1 billion in travel just in 24, several billion is going to be in 2025. So we get preferred relationships, we get preferred rates, we get preferred a lot of stuff. So look at that. If you're looking at your host agency, just know that not only are they there to handle your money, give your money, but look at their relationships with the other providers. Look at everything. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna do another video just talking about my experience with InteleTravel. You're gonna have people that say, oh, I didn't like InteleTravel. I never did get paid. I never did, they were slow paying me my money and everything. There's a system. You got to turn in your paperwork. You got to turn in everything. You got to make sure your I's is dotted, T's are crossed. Just like you do for your customers, you need to make sure you're doing that for yourself on the back end. And sometimes, yeah, being as large as we are, sometimes things do slip through the cracks. But there's always people there who can help you. You know, you can reach out to different people, whether it's the customer service there, just like me and my partner, we are ambassadors. So sometimes we know a little bit more, and maybe we can get in somebody's ear a little bit quicker, you know, or something. But no place is perfect, but just be cognizant of what your split is. Are there quotas? Is there a money back guarantee? And do they have those preferred relationships with the providers that may give you a little something extra, either in your paycheck or a little something extra for your customers? That's just my opinion.